What is going on, everybody? It is your boy TJ, the Jarhead Entrepreneur, coming back at you with a new lunchtime live. Hope everybody is doing well. Today it is Friday and blessed to make it through another week. So if you guys are with me live, I appreciate you. If you guys are catching this on a replay, I appreciate y'all just as much because I know everybody's got better things to do than hang out with this fat guy. But we are here chilling, hanging out on this Friday. I did a little bit of shopping earlier for the wife because it's Mother's Day. So remember that, guys. It is Mother's Day this weekend. So make sure you guys take care of your moms, your wives, your girlfriends, whatever significant other you have in your life. So let me pull the comments out. Boop, boop. There we go. Let's see here. I'm gonna open up another screen real quick so I can pull the live chat out because StreamYard slacks off a lot. Let me open up another box here. Hope everybody is doing well. Anybody got any big weekend plans? I see there's a couple people in the chat. Anybody got any big weekend plans? I am doing house husband stuff. So that's what I will be doing this weekend, is trying to get, we have a lot of family coming in the end of the month for the memorial. So I will be trying to, doing this weekend. I will be doing that to get, let me pop out the chat here. Pop out chat, then I can close this. There we go. Now I have a live chat. So, hey, New England Scratcher. Hey, I appreciate you listening while you're driving. Hey, be safe out there. Appreciate you stopping by. I will be scratching live on Sunday as usual. So look forward to seeing some people there. But get these screens adjusted. There we go. But let's go live chat here. There we go. Now I can see everything. Now I've got live chat because yesterday's StreamYard was kind of slacking behind. So appreciate you listening. Hope all is well up in the New England area. You guys got any decent weather? Our weather here isn't too bad. We had a bunch of rain last week, but we're back in the mid 80s again. So looks like it's going to be. Hello, Candy. How are you? Hope all is well on your end this beautiful Friday. But like I was saying, has anybody got any big plans this weekend? I'm doing a lot of things around the house. We said we've got a lot of family coming in at the end of the month for my father-in-law's memorial. So we've got to move some stuff around. I've got to take a bunch of stuff over to a bunch of my eBay stuff and business stuff over to my storage to clear out some more space in the garage. I've got to finish building a tank stand for my 75-gallon tank so I can move my bass out of the 40-gallon tank. So, oh, nice. 62-inch cod. That was us like last week. It was kind of back and forth. We'd go like 40 to 80, 40 to 80, and then we had rain in between. So it was kind of weird last week, but and like I said, hopefully I'm hoping we get into some regular stuff. But like I said, I got to do a lot of stuff out in the backyard this weekend. But so we're me and my son are gonna. I said we got to build a fish tank stand for my 75-gallon tank stand. Put that tank up and then move my bass into it. I got to move the 40-gallon tank that he was in. It's going to go in the living room and it holds some other fish, some other guppies and stuff that we have. But yeah, it's a lot of work outside this weekend. Hopefully, let me see. I didn't even look at the weather. Yeah, tomorrow we've got a high of 85 and sunny, so it should be good. But I'm building like a temporary shade to go over our back patio because we have like a concrete patio out back. But the summer's here; it gets 100 plus, 110 with the heat index on some days. So we're trying to build a shaded area that we can kind of hang out in. And so I'm going to put some 4x4 posts. I don't want to bolt them into the concrete, which I could do it and just leave it. But since we're just here, hey, Ella, how are you? Ella, hello. I'm just gonna put some either some 5-gallon buckets, and then I'm gonna build like a little wooden thing to go around them, or I'm gonna find some like fancier pots. I'm gonna throw some cement in and cement in some 4x4 posts and to run up some 8-foot posts so that I can put the canvas over it. So, hey, JEK, how are you? Hello. Thanks for stopping by. But So we're working out in the yard. We've got an area that we sprayed with weed and grass killer. That it's an area in our backyard that's like a little strip along the fence that literally just grew weeds. So we killed it, and then we're gonna put some nice rock or gravel down, and then Dad, hello, Irish Conductor. That is my dad. What's going on, Dad? I see you're not working. I didn't call you today because I don't know your schedule. So my dad works for the railroad, so his schedule is like crazy. I don't know whether he's working, sleeping, or what's going on, but just kind of hanging out. So those who don't know, this is, as the ticker says, I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, just to kind of hang out, talk about things, resale related, fish related, lottery scratching related, whatever we got going on, but working downtown. My dad is in the Chicago area, so he's in Yorkville, Illinois, but that is my dad, Irish Conductor. So he works for BNSF Railroad, Mr. Warren Buffett's railroad. He does both passenger trains and cargo trains, so he's a workaholic like me. So, but if you guys see Farmer O stop in, that's my brother. He'll try to sell you guys goats and cows. But yeah, so hope everybody's sales for my resellers. I hope everybody's sales are going good. Mine's kind of weird. I haven't been listing a whole lot because we've got a lot of stuff going on in the last few weeks with my father-in-law's passing and getting things organized for the memorial, stuff like that. But so my listing has slacked off, and I wasn't listing full time like I should be anyway. But one thing that has been selling good for me is I bought these bottles of hemp moisturizer. I've got three different kinds. There's Sugar Cookie Noel. They're from the Christmas line. There's a vanilla bean cheer, and then another one that's very Mary Berry. So you guys see, I paid 50 cents for these. These are selling for $16.99 a bottle plus shipping. So I bought like 36. I cleared their shelf when I found them at Walmart in the clearance section. Those are I bought every one they had on the shelf left, but I didn't have like even numbers. So I just listed them individually, and then I gave a discount. I made one listing where they can, the customers can pick which flavor or scent you want to call it. It's a hemp moisturizing lotion by Malibu Hemp, but those have been selling really great. I bought like 36 bottles, so it came out to, hey, Recon, how are you? Appreciate you stopping by. I bought I think it was 36 bottles total, so it cost me like $18 plus tax. So the first two bottles that sold, I was already in the profit. Crystal, how are you doing? This is Crystal. If you guys don't know, Rosie's Closet, her and Todd do a auction every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So feel free, guys, as always, if you guys have a channel or something and I've given you a wrench already because I know who you are, then feel free to drop your links at any time. Make sure I'm all about, cross posting. Candy, let me give you a wrench because I've seen you around before. I've had a lot of spam on the lottery side, so I haven't I've got to be cautious with moderators, but I'm all about having a few mods. Like I said, anytime I'm live, I don't mind people, cross posting what they got going on. If you guys also have any events that you got going on and you need somebody to help you market it or social media, like push it out, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram with a link to that event or the details, and I will push it out on every social media that I have. My community page on YouTube, my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I've got a bunch of Facebook groups that I post multiple stuff on that are for resellers and for other things. So definitely, if you guys got something going on, let me know, and I'll do the best to help everybody out. Yeah. So like I said, these things have been like, I just sold three. I just dropped three of them off the post office. A lady bought three of them. So what I did is I gave a discount. If they buy two or more, they get discounted per bottle. So she bought three of them. So the discount came out to like 15. So it came out to $15.29 a bottle. So almost $46 in sales, and they cost me $1.50. So that ROI, I can deal with that all day. But like I said, I just happened to be walking into Walmart at the right time, and the shelf was they were on the shelf. So I scanned them, and they were selling anywhere from $14 to $22 on eBay. So I just kind of put a listing up at it, and they didn't start selling off at first, but I don't know if they're in some kind of algorithm, but I've sold, I think, 10 bottles this week. So to like 3 different sellers. So Most of them are multiple quantity, but so don't be afraid to just look stuff, even if it doesn't look like the way I did shipping is for one bottle, it's $8.99. And then I literally added $1.99 per bottle, so that because one bottle will be just able to go first class, so I can make a little bit of money on the thing there. But if I pack the way I ship them, it's literally like at the end of the first class thing. But 2 bottles and up, I can fit like 6 bottles into to a regional A box that costs $10.49 for me to ship it to either coast. Being in Texas, it's kind of a nice advantage because my shipping to each coast is pretty similar, so I can gauge that. But so the lady paid, I think, $12.97 to ship, and I because she paid, like I said, the $1.99 per shipping for the extra bottle. And what I do is I literally, let me grab a bag. This is how I package them. So the way I package them is I went to Walmart and I got these little bread. They're called like bread bagel bags. They're like these. Let me see if I can get it in focus here. They're these little twist tie bags at Walmart. So all it is a clear bag. So I literally, what I do, I take painter's tape and then I cross painter's tape on both sides to keep the pump from coming loose or in the box. And then I put each one of them in an individual bag and I tie it. I literally spin it around, tie a knot in it, and then I cut the top of it and I individually wrap each bag. That way, if one of them pops open, it doesn't get over the rest of them. I literally bubble wrap them and then I throw them in the box. So, it's not much to ship them. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone just because it's like a heavier item or something you don't know about. I'll tell anybody that does eBay or reselling, one of the tips I can give you is before I buy anything, I think about how I'm going to ship it. And I kind of figure out how I'm going to ship it. And once you've done it enough and you know how the shipping system works with both eBay or using pirate ship or shipping overseas, etc., it makes things a lot easier when you're purchasing things. What's going on, Joe? Me and Joe chatted for an hour. If you guys don't know, I got Joe the Breadman Resellers channel. I've known him from a Facebook group. He's down in Florida, and so he's starting his YouTube channel here soon. So he's starting to film some stuff, but he owns a very, very lucrative bread route. And then he does a lot of bulk buys. So he's got a lot of good stuff. Me and him literally on the phone, we talked for about an hour today. So he's saying Walmart. He's in Walmart right now. They jacked up all the prices where they are not worth buying anymore. Got smart. Oh, their cards. I got you. But yeah, I definitely. I said, don't be afraid to look out. Figure out what you can make on them. 50 cents a bottle, like I said, and these were selling normally these are a Christmas time thing. As you can see, the it's like a stocking. There's deer and stuff like on it. So it's like these are a Christmas thing. But they were selling. Raging, what's going on, boss man? Raging Scratcher. I got his coin right here, him and his wife Amanda's coin. So he is another one of my fellow lottery scratchers. But don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone because there's money everywhere. I know Larry was talking earlier about wanting to get into HBA. Well, like I said, these are HBA products. And like I said, Walmart was selling these for $4.99 at Christmas time. So then they marked them down to 50 cents, like I said, and I snatched them. And I said, some of it's luck. There's no real consistency with finding things, but if you can find them, and my son, the first thing my son did when we grabbed them all was he's like, Dad, what are you going to do with all that lotion? And so I told him, I said, we're going to sell them on eBay. And he didn't understand it. He's like, but you're paying so much. And I was like, and so I made him do the math and I was like, so I showed him. And then when I made my first sale, I said, all right, son, we're now in the profit because I sold 2 bottles right off the bat. And so 2 bottles, I was already in the profit. The rest of what I have left, and right there, that's where I have them right there. They're in a box right there. And there's a box behind it right there. So I have them. What I did is I made one listing and it has a drop down. They can pick what scent they want and it has the quantity available. So I put the total I had. And like I said, they can purchase 1, 2, 3, 6, however many they want. And it scales the price. They get a discount the more they buy, up to 3. After 3, it stays the same price. But so I give them a percentage discount, and it's working. I mean, they're starting to sell. Like I said, they weren't. I sold like one the second day I listed them, and then I had a gap. But then, like I said, I've had 3 sales this week just on those alone. So I don't know if it's like an algorithm thing. People are searching for it, but I mean, I dropped a box of 3 of them off at the post office today. So I have $1.50 into that box, and I made like $45. So I tripled my total investment just on that one purchase. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. And me and Joe were talking, and I said, that's, he was telling me how, one thing he looks different, when he goes sourcing. I'm the same way. I think outside the box, because everybody is reselling. If we all stuck inside the box, we'd all be trying to find the same things. I'm not afraid to I pick up anything. When me and my wife go any store, anywhere, while she's looking at stuff to buy for the house, I'm scanning. I'm literally there with my app walking around the store like this, scanning anything and everything I can. I'll hit any store we walk into. I hit the clear. If I know they got a clearance aisle, I hit it, because you just never know what you're going to find. And, those little one-off items, they're good. They're good fillers for the store. Like I said, I've got 36 bottles that are stored right there on that shelf, but there's not 36 there now. But I mean, that's in a Frito-Lay box. I kept them all separated. Most of them still have the stickers. I just took the stickers off the initial ones. That way, when I sell them, I just remove the sticker. But, always be looking for something as simple as these bags. And another reseller, I didn't invent this thing, but I saw it. Somebody was talking about how they packaged liquids for shipping, because if you ship something UPS and it's liquid, it's supposed to be bagged. So it should have a bag on it. I see a lot of things. I get stuff from my wife, orders Bath and Body Works all the time, and they don't bag like their soaps and stuff, but they're supposed to be bagged. And you want them to be bagged, because if your liquids break and the box gets wet, the post office is going to throw your stuff. They're going to stop shipping it because it's wet. So throw it in a bag that saves you from, if one of these bottles breaks, I can replace the bottle, not a big deal. But then the other, they're all protected. And that's why I do them individually. I wrap them individually. These bags, I think this box cost me like $3 for 100 bags or something like that. So they're cheap. And I said they're from Walmart. They're in the bread section. They're where the Ziploc containers are, and they said they're just like bagel bags, bread bags. Joe, you probably got a bunch of bags yourself, being in the bread business. I'm sure he's got plenty of bags, but like I said, this weekend I was gonna go to Trader's Village, which is like a big outdoor flea market, and I got so much stuff around the house that I really need to get done. We're just gonna go ahead and knock it out this weekend, get some stuff put up and built that we need to be built, and then I'll go to the Trader's Village next week. But it's like a big outdoor flea market. They've got some hard buildings that people rent all the time. They have a monthly. They pay a monthly fee for that building, and they just keep their business open there. But then there's a whole section of the place where people just show up on the weekends. They pay like $10 for a spot or whatever it is. So they have some that are under a big awning, so you pay a little bit more for those. But it's like a big outdoor yard sale. You just never know what you're going to find. All right, Joe's saying that Walmarts are dry, no good clearance Friday. I scout water. Yeah, I haven't gone to Walmart looking at clearance in a while. I said, if I don't go there just to look at clearance sometimes, but if I'm in the store, I always cruise by there just to see. And a lot of this stuff isn't reseller friendly as far as making money, but you never know, like, especially like at the end of like hunting and fishing season, you can find some crazy deals. I bought some turkey calls a couple years back. I bought them for, I think they were 99 cents or $1 a piece. So I picked them up and I listed them for $8.99 plus shipping. And I sold 2 of them last week. Like I said, I had them for a while. I had to figure out which tub I had them in. Luckily, they were in the tub right next to me. But you just never know. I pick them up, especially if they're small and you can store them real easy. I pick them up for, sometimes you buy at the end of a season and hold and then start, some people, I list everything and just leave it. I don't I don't like post Christmas stuff at Christmas time. People buy Christmas stuff all the time. So, you know, it don't be, I leave my listings up good till canceled. That way I don't have to relist them all the time. And I don't look for seasonal. I mean, yeah, obviously at Christmas time, toys are going to be a hot item. But I'll buy clearance toys or toys all year round and just keep listing them. And when they sell, they sell. There's a buyer out there just about for anything. GK said, I go right to the clearance too while looking for what catches my eye and necessity. There you go. No, Crystal said, nope, I won't go to Walmart's here unless I'm with my husband. He carries a weapon. Yeah, Crystal's in Vegas, so things in Vegas are a little different. Things, yeah, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Ella said, hi, Joe. That is Ella. If you guys are not following Miss Ella, she is an awesome person just to watch her. She's awesome. She's got a great personality, loves what she does, and she's just having fun. So, but yeah, if you guys have a channel, if you're an eBay reseller or whatever you want to list, I don't care if you list your eBay store, it doesn't matter. Pop it up in there. All my links for all my social media and eBay store, all that stuff is in the description. I do have some affiliate links too. So if you guys aren't familiar with how affiliate links work, and you know people see them, there's nothing to be scared of. Those affiliate links. If you guys purchase something from, like, say, Amazon, even if you don't purchase the item that your favorite YouTuber is posting, all right, New England, I appreciate you stopping by, brother. He is dropping by Rhode Island at Hasbro Children's Hospital to the dad of a 5-year-old leukemia. Oh, awesome! That's awesome. New England resale stuff can be interesting, definitely. But take care. Appreciate you, brother, for stopping in and. Send our love to that leukemia patient that's in the hospital. But yeah. So where was I at? See, I got off tangent, but that's all right. But yeah, as far as like going into certain areas you live in, I don't have anything. You know, I don't have a routine as far as I'm surrounded by so many thrift stores here where I'm at. Like, it's hard for me. Even if I wanted to go to each one of them every week, it'd be hard to me. So I just kind of pick them at random. I try to go like every other week, maybe, to certain ones. And I kind of feel them out. Like I went to drop my wife off some prescriptions the other day, and the school she works at is on the other side of Arlington, about 20 minutes from here. And I just happened to pass right in front of a Goodwill. So after I dropped her prescription off, I went ahead and circled back around, and I hadn't been to that one yet. So Paul, what is good, Philly Flipper? I will be on Philly Flipper's Paul's channel this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look for us there. We are going to have a great time. I got a surprise for Paul for that live. you know, I gotta get with Paul. Got to have some fun on that channel. But so I will be live on Paul's channel this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, sure, New England. Hit me up anytime. Like I said, you can find my email. Drop me an email. You can drop me if you're on Instagram. I've got an Instagram account, but my email is down below. Shoot me an email. Find me on Facebook. I'm Thomas O'Connor on Facebook. I'm here. We're gonna have some fun, Paul. You got me for an hour. We're gonna have some fun. We're definitely gonna have some fun with that one. But yeah, so this weekend, like I said, as far as like hitting up different stores, making rounds, I just have so many that I can't really, it's hard to get a routine, but I'm definitely finding certain ones that have better things than others. So, but the one by my wife's work I had never been to since we've been here. So I found some good stuff in there. I found a bunch of stamps. I found a bunch of these bags of stamps. They were $4 a piece. Some of them have more stamps than the other, but I figured even if I listed these stamps at 50 cents a piece, I'm in the profit. But I'm going to go through what I got, look them up. But I have I think there's 6 bags of these. So found a bunch of stamps. And I usually go to Goodwill's. I'm looking at shoes. I go to the glassware looking for coffee mugs. Starbucks are big things. If you guys are Starbucks. And Philly, I know you posted the the pizza pie about the Been Here series. Remember, I messaged you, Puerto Rico. I picked these up anywhere, any state I go to. There's you guys want a bolo? Starbucks has these Been There series cups, and they're dated on the bottom. I think they're $10.99 or something normally. I sell these, I don't say all day long, but when I do sell them, they're minimum $25. And what I do is I pick them up anytime I travel. I pick them up in the state that I'm in. So like that one's North Carolina. I think I've got Virginia in here. And it's funny. Yeah, here's the one from Virginia. Here's the one from Virginia. The way I picked this one up in Virginia, I was Ubering. So I took a customer Ubering from Camp Lejeune. She was a Navy. She was in the Navy, and she was down visiting some friends at Camp Lejeune. And I took her up to the Naval Shipyard up in Virginia. So on the way back, I stopped by Starbucks and grabbed a couple of these mugs. That's the last one I have. I usually try to grab 4 of them at a time, but they're definitely something to look out for, especially if certain states are different. But I didn't even think I should have reached out to you already, Crystal. Smart Paul said, smart move. Stamp still good? Yes. States and countries, yes. Like I said, certain, like when I go to my dad's this summer, he lives in Chicago, I'll pick up Chicago one. Now, some big cities have their own. The city has their own, and then you have a state one as well. So like for here, we have a Texas one, but Dallas has their own cup, and I'm sure San Antonio and Austin have their own cup. So, not all, I'm not saying all of them sell, but I tell you what, think about your military personnel, your people that live in other states that want that cup from their state. If they're not traveling to that state, like when I was in North Carolina, I sent a lot of North Carolina cups to California, which I'm assuming it's probably military that are there, and people that are from North Carolina. So, I stopped, like I said, every state I try to pick up at least 4. But yes, Rosie, Las Vegas, I guarantee you'll be able to sell those with no problem. Like I said, I sell them $25 plus. I think I do $9.99 shipping or something on the listing, but definitely don't go into the fight to the bottom on pricing. Let all the guys yes. Okay. That's a great point. And I'm going to tell you, like, especially with clearance stuff, a lot of these, if you'll notice, certain things go on clearance at, like, say, Walmart, you'll see the market will be flooded. So sometimes you got to buy stuff and hold on to it. So don't be the guy that tries to run the price down. I'll hold. If I know a certain thing I can make, I make a certain price. I don't, But yeah, if you're in a major city, especially with these Starbucks cups, you guys can, I'm telling you, and if you're in a major city like, Crystal, you could buy one to list and just, as long as you can go back and get them. But like I said, when I travel, I even messaged Dante because I knew Dante was traveling around to different states. I told him, dude, pick these cups up, man. Pick these cups, and he was like, oh, shoot, bet, Like I said, and different ones sell. Like I saw that one from Dominican Republic. It sold for like $55. If you go to another, I'm trying to get some friends of mine that are stationed in Japan to get me the ones in Japan and ship me a case of them or something, because you can't order them from Starbucks directly like that. You can't, like, I was trying to look for a way to, like, order the different ones, and you can't. They don't put those individual ones up for sale. They just put the generic ones that are not state related or whatever. So, but like I said, you'll have the ones that have the states, and then like I said, I picked them up at Goodwill. This one's Alabama, and this one, let's see, yeah, this one's Alabama, and this one is from, let me get my magnifying glass because I can't see the bottom of it. This one's from 2014. So I haven't listed it yet, but I picked it up a couple weeks ago. But last I looked at it, it was selling for like $35-40. So I picked it up for $2.99, and it's just about brand new. I haven't done nothing with it. So I mean, I pick people, be on the lookout at yard sales. Be on the lookout for those at at thrift stores, Goodwills, what have you, because they sell. They're great to resell, and they're easy to list. Especially if you have multiples, you just list one and then you sell, put quantity down and you're golden. But I try to pick up 4 of those every time I go somewhere. And I'll do it again this summer. Like when I'm traveling to Florida, so everywhere between here and Florida, I'm going to be picking them up. So I got some Goodwills are overpriced in Florida. We have some here that are crazy too. I've seen the ones that have, North Carolina was awesome because they all, like, for shoes, they just had a set price. You paid for adult shoes, you paid a certain price. Now here, they have those certain prices unless they're marked otherwise. So like some of these Nike shoes, they'll put, $40 on. I'm like, come on now. You got them for free. And so, that's what irritates me about Goodwill is that they're getting stuff for free that's donated, and then they're looking the stuff up and then pricing it accordingly. That's not what Goodwill was supposed to be, and that's not what Goodwill's about. But then, we're the guys that are, the resellers, the one complaining, $40 is great for somebody that's not reselling. And some of those are worth, you still have a lot of money left in the $40. But like I said, I've noticed a couple of different Goodwills here that, certain things are priced certain ways. Like I picked up a bunch of Nikes from one Goodwill, and they were $14.98 a piece. So a lady, I walked in and a lady had 2 of them in her hand, and I said, "Hey, let me take a look at those." And I said, "Hey, just throw them in the cart. You don't even have to go put them out." And she's like, "Do you want more?" And I'm like, "Sure." She went to the back and brought a whole cart out. So I just picked through the cart and took what I wanted. Like they have them out there, and they leave them out there at certain times in the back. But sometimes I don't mind paying up for certain things, but some of those, we've got one place that's like it's pretty much somebody with a brick and mortar eBay store. Like all their prices are like eBay priced. The whole store is that way. So I walk in there and I just look to see if there's things that they may have overlooked, but I don't ever find anything in there because, like I said, you can tell they use sold comps from eBay, and that's how they list all their stuff. But there's enough money. If you look outside the box, there's plenty of money for everything. There's plenty of money out there to be made. We all have different eyes. We all have different things available. We have different, like I said, I can tell which Goodwills, have better stuff coming in just based on what they got out, and like I said, some of them are just, you're going to make your most money, as far as reselling like that. I think you can do better at yard sales, but some people don't hold yard sales. They just donate it. They want to donate it, and they donate it to these thrift stores. And then now they're getting, I almost thought about opening up my own thrift store just to have people donate stuff to me. I don't know if that's a wrong way to think of it. Then I would sell the things I didn't want to list on eBay in the store and then list stuff otherwise. But that's not really ethical, in a sense. But if I start up a thrift store, it's going to be a nonprofit to help some kind of cause. But I don't have time to run a thrift store. I have a thrift store in my garage if I really wanted to open one. There's enough inventory in there I could probably do pretty well. But I'm going to start doing is trying to thin some stuff out and hold my own yard sale to kind of get rid of some stuff that I don't want to mess with listing. But once we buy a house, then I'll have a warehouse pretty much at my disposal. So I'm looking forward to it. But it is definitely, a lot of work. But like I said, you get what you put into things. So if you're out there grinding, you're out there finding the stuff. I had to explain to my wife, why. She's like, you got all this stuff that's not listed yet, but you're still sourcing, because you just never know what you're going to find. Like I didn't go sourcing for these at all. Like we were out there. My father-in-law, we took him to a doctor's appointment, and the doctor's office that he was going to is actually in the Walmart building. I mean, it's in the front, but they have a doorway to get into Walmart. So while my wife was in the back room with him, because we can only have one person with him because of the COVID protocol, me and my son went into Walmart to look around, and that's where I found these. So you just never know what you're going to find. So I'm always out there just looking. I I don't have a schedule to source, but like I said, now I'm doing lives on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm leaving myself Tuesdays and Thursdays open to film videos, edit, record, do a little sourcing. But I have in the mornings, I drop my kids off at school at 8:30. So I have, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 till 1, I have that open to go do things. And I'm going to try to do a little more schedule. I want to reach out to some other areas because I'm right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. So if I go 30 minutes one way, I'm in Dallas, 20, 30 minutes, I'm in Fort Worth. So like I said, I've got so many thrift stores, Goodwills. There's a Ben's, I think, in Dallas. So I'm going to go check it out. But, like I said, I have so much at my disposal that, I can't hit them all at once. And it's, it's luck of the draw. You just have to time it right. I talked to the ladies at the one that's right by my house, and she's like, yeah, there's like 3 or 4 other resellers that come in there daily and go through their shoes. Like one lady even told me, she's like, we just bring them out in a cart for them. So like, if you guys get in good with some of those places, you might get a little hookup like that. And, I'm trying to get in with them. That's why I let them know. I'm a reseller. I've actually got one of the ladies that works at Goodwill. She's a subscriber on my channel now. So she's like, she wanted to get into eBay and reselling, but she didn't know how to do it. So I told her, come check out. I gave her a couple other channels and I was like, come check it out and learn some stuff. So you just never know. I always talk to people wherever I go. I was just telling Joe earlier that, I network everywhere I go. My kids so Walmart and Cisco are now finding their vendors for out of stock. Yeah. Some of that stuff is crazy. Those vendors at Walmart. Wow. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, exactly. It was like, if you've got plenty of stuff, like I said, that's the way it is here. Like, I try to find some areas like in some other thrift stores. Like I have one in Mansfield. It's it's run by a church, I think. It's a nonprofit, but like they're a nonprofit, but they're making profit. I can tell you, like the way they price some of their stuff, they have like these high speed, low drag cash registers and stuff. Like, they're a food pantry, but somebody's making money somewhere. Because I mean, all their equipment, everything is like top notch. Like it's not your typical, thrift store kind of stuff. They have a POS system that's like crazy, but I seem to get better items in there. And they're pretty reasonable price, and they mark stuff down. So like they have stickers on them with dates, and then like every so often you can see where they mark them down. So it'll say like the item came in, say March. So it'll have, so shoes are usually what I look for in there. And then I just, like I said, I go up and down the aisles. I haven't looked at clothes in there, but I need to start probably looking for like t-shirts and stuff. I bought a couple hats in there. And I bought a couple of things just for the house, but I'm starting to find some of the smaller thrift stores as I go around, and there's so many here though. There's another guy that I follow on Instagram. He's also a YouTuber that he's a big thrifter in Dallas, and that dude finds all kinds of crazy stuff. He finds Jordans and Nintendo 64 games. I mean, he just finds so much stuff all the time, but we don't have the weather isn't too bad here right now. So yard sales are still, they're popping off. And when it's not raining, it was raining last week. I did go to try to go out yard selling last weekend, but it was raining. So nobody was out when I went. So I just went and got donuts. But yeah, there's definitely, if you're in a small area, it kind of sucks. Like when I was in North Carolina, I had to drive 30 minutes each direction just to get into a place that had Goodwills and thrift stores. So I was limited, but here I've got so many. And like I said, I'm just kind of taking notes when I go and finding who's got what stuff out. And you can tell the geographical area and what stuff is getting donated to those stores. So, but this, like I've noticed some of the Goodwill, they do bring stuff in on trucks. So I don't know if those are coming from other stores, how they're doing. I know they do that they do take out some items because that's how they get the places that are doing like the Goodwill blue box and stuff. There's only certain stores that are putting those boxes together. So I know a lot of that stuff is being taken out. But like I went to Goodwill 2 weeks ago and I got a 29-gallon fish tank with like 6 in the box filters. They were all put in on the inside of the tank. So I asked the lady, hey, is that $25 for everything? And she's like, yep. I sold all the filters for $20 a piece. So yeah, Joe doesn't have to source. They come to him. Joe gets a lot of bulk stuff. Joe just had, what is it, 8 pallets of records given to him by somebody. They called him and said, hey, we can't, nobody will take these. And they give him like 8 pallets of records. Nice. Yeah. So I haven't been to a bins yet. So I haven't experienced, I've been to stores that are just like the bins, but I haven't been to a Goodwill bins, but there is one in Dallas. So, and when I go to Austin, Austin's a couple hours away. Hey, what is going on? Passport. I got to give you a wrench. Hold on. It's K, right? I'm bad with names. I told you. Let me add. I was just telling them, Passports and Pizza Pies, about you. I seen you had posted, you sold that Dominican Republic Starbucks mug. Well, I have a bunch of those. Like I was telling them that I go to all the different states when I travel and I pick them up. So I saw that post on Paul's Instagram, and I messaged him like, yeah, I definitely, I pick them up everywhere I go. But stuff like that, you know, like I said, always be on the lookout for stuff like that, especially some of the stuff, you know, you may have to hold on to. I bought a, y'all didn't hear this from me because I've got to do a video about it, but I bought a bulk lot of Funko Pops when I was in North Carolina. But at the time, those Funko Pops were still on the shelves at like Walmart and stuff. So I held on to them. I knew I was going to have to hold on to them because I could sell them at what Walmart was selling for and still make a great profit. But, you know, I was like, I bought them and I knew I was going to have to sit on them for a little bit. Well, now they're, you know, a year out of the stores now. So now, you know, the inventory, sometimes you just got to wait for the inventory to dry up, and then I'll be able to get what I want. I paid $2.50 a piece. I have some of them listed. I have a few of them listed already at like $10 a piece, $12 a piece, depending on which ones. But, you know, I'm looking at 4 to 5x my investment. And so, but I knew I was going to have to, when I bought them, I was going to have to sit on them. I listed some of them at Christmas, but I didn't list all of them. I didn't put them all up there yet, just because, you know, there is a lot of them that were listed for cheap. Some people were listing them at like $6, $7 because, you know, but like I knew I couldn't compete with those guys. And like I said, sometimes you just got to let people's inventory dry up. And then if you've got something that's no longer being made, you know, you can pretty much, you pretty much call your price and just kind of watch it. Something like that or some collectible stuff is kind of hard because the value changes so much that you'll list it. Sport cards are a big thing. I list sport cards. I have to go back and check, you know, and sometimes when I list sport cards, I list them at what I'm okay selling for because I don't want to go back. If I can list a sport card in less than a minute easily. It takes me less than a minute because I'll look it up. Figure out what I want to sell it for, take a couple pictures, and it's posted because I do sell similar and then off of somebody else's ad. And then I just change the price, change my shipping policy, and boom, I'm up and gone. But I don't have time to go back and check those prices all the time. So sometimes, yeah, I'm losing a couple bucks here or there, but I've listed those at things that I'm ready to sell them for, and I'm okay with that. You know. Case in point, these freaking Lamar Jacksons, where are they at? I've got some Lamar Jackson Prism rookies that are like right here. I sold like 4 of those back early in his career before he really had a takeoff, and I was selling them for $25 a piece. I've sold one a couple weeks ago for $150. You know, I happen to find 4 more going through boxes that I had stashed away. So, you know, stuff like that is hard to keep up with. Joe, I know Joe's got like 6,500 listings. He can't keep up with all that. Like, you can't go back and price that, but yes, absolutely pick those up. I pick them up all the time. Every time I travel, I pick them up. I go specifically, we stop at Starbucks at least one, and every time I go to state, and I pick up, and especially if you go through, like I say, a big city, because the bigger cities have the city ones plus the state one. So, you know, always be on the lookout. But I haven't been to a Savers. There's a Savers in Austin. So which is like 2 hours for me. It's down by where the Lone Star picker lives, Louis lives, but I haven't gone down there yet. So when I do, I'm gonna take me and my wife are gonna take a couple road trips this summer. My wife's a teacher, so she's off during the summer. The only problem is I can't go out I have fish, so I don't have nobody that could take care of the fish while I'm gone, feed the fish. I can go out, fish can go about a week without food. You can feed them like weekly if you need to. So, I mean, I could overfeed them and then come back, but I can't really go on long, crazy trips, but without nobody here. So, but we're going to take some few short road trips here and there and go do some sourcing and stuff like that. But unless I find somebody that can, I just don't have any other family that here. My mother-in-law and brother-in-law live here, but they wouldn't have a clue when it comes to feeding the fish. I'd come back to dead fish. Yeah, I love garage sales, especially if I can find, like I said, I've started scouting neighborhoods just to see. I drive up and down neighborhoods and look at cars. I see what cars are in the neighborhood. You can kind of judge, sometimes you can judge. And I'm not trying to judge the people, but I'm looking at cars to figure out what areas I want to go back and hit up for yard sales, just because sometimes, or I'm a trash guy too. I will go out on trash days. I find a lot of curb pickups. Being in the junk removal business, I don't have any problems picking up stuff upside the road. You just never know what you're going to find. So there's money to be made. A lot of people just throw stuff out. When I was in North Carolina, stationed in North Carolina, I had to do the first time. Base housing had an area where you could put your single wide and double wide trailers. So they had like a mobile home park that you could put your house on and then just pay a lot rent. And so a lot of people that lived in there were officers. And so me and a buddy used to get a trailer, and we would go on trash days and we would run through there, and then we would find bags of shoes and clothes. We would take them up to the flea market. They had a big outdoor flea market it's now a Home Depot, but it used to be a big building, and you could pay $10 to sell. We used to sell other people's stuff on the weekends. We would pick it all up during the week, and then we would go on the weekends and set up for $10 and just sell stuff for whatever we could get for it, because it was all free. But I love garage sales. I hadn't really filmed at them yet, so I have my chest mount now, so I'll start filming at them. And I'm a negotiator, so I don't like to pay full price for anything. I'll negotiate and haggle when I can. And sometimes I will pay full price if they won't budge and I know it's worth it, but I try my best not to pay full price. And when I hold my own yard sales, I ask a little bit higher than I really want so people can haggle me down. So that's another strategy. If you're selling something, I always list stuff a little higher than I want for it, just so I can take best offer on it and they can throw me a price, and then I still get what I want. They think they got a deal, which they still probably got a deal, but I'm just trying to look for a certain price that I want. But I get those lowball offers. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with lowball offers. I've been getting a lot of lowball offers lately. So I started on certain items that, they're a little higher priced. I'll set a threshold to automatically decline. That way I don't have to, if you guys aren't aware of that and you're selling on eBay, if you're taking offers, you can set a minimum so that it auto declines. So like say you're selling something for $100 and you don't want to take any offers under 50, you can set that minimum threshold at 50 and it'll automatically decline. You ain't got to deal with those people. You don't even have to bother with them. And you can go back and see, if you click on the item, you can look at offers and you can see the lowball offers. So, it's funny to watch some people that just literally like kept sending lowball offers until they got one that they found out where your threshold was and it was, or accepted, and then they just leave it there. I had one guy that was hounding me for this card, for a sport card, and I knew what it was worth and I knew what they were selling for, but he kept, he was one of those people. He's also another reseller. So I always look at those people too with offers on certain things. I look to see if they're a reseller, because then I know they're playing the game, which is fine. But he just kept haggling me over this card and kept lowballing. He's like, this is what I give you for it. That's what it's worth. And I'm like, I don't go back with this one sold for this price. I don't go back, but those people come at me with those prices. Like, this one sold for the last one sold for this price. I'll give you this, but then you'll click on them and they're selling the same stuff. So I don't even mess with those people. I just stick firm with offers with those people, and then I just let it roll. And sometimes you lose sales, but I'm not going to mess with, because those are the people that are going to, if they're not happy, exact 100% happy with the item, or they want to take out a vendetta, those are the guys that are doing a return. Or I had one guy that bartered on a price. I gave him a good deal on the card. He got it, and he waited almost the end of the 30 days and then put a return saying that the card had had a white spot on one of the corners. I got the card back. There was nothing there. I turned around, relisted the card, had it sold the same day I got it back, and the guy put on there, card is in excellent condition, sent off to be graded. So, sometimes, people just, that's a scam they're doing, trying to get free money. I do not have New York. I'm actually going to be going to New York this summer, so I'll have New York. New York, that's where my father-in-law was from. He was born and raised in the Bronx. So we are going to be taking his ashes this summer up to New York and to spread his ashes back where he was from. So that's where my wife is. My wife is from, she was born in Long Island. So I will have New York soon. And I'll have everything between here and New York. Like I said, they're not fast sellers all the time, but they're easy to pick up. What I like about this particular series, they're already in a box. They come in a box. So they've got a box with a lid. They're very secure. They're easy to list and ship. And so I just I'll bubble wrap this box, throw it in a shipping box, and it's gone. So that's what I like about these particular ones, because they already come in a box. But I'm telling you guys, look out for. Let me go get something. I'll show you that I'm grabbing a bunch of. This one's my wife, but I'm going to buy a bunch of them. This is the travel mug. This is the 50th. I think it's the 50th anniversary one. I think that's what. I'm getting a glare. Let me turn my light away here. But this one is the travel mug. It's got the mermaid on it. These were already selling for like $50. I saw them listed. They're already $50. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of them and sit on them, because this is like I think that's the 50th anniversary one. I think that's what it is. But this one's actually my wife's, and that's how I found out about it. But I looked at them. They're already listed for $50, and I think they're $22.99. So if they're going for $50 now and they're selling, I'm gonna sit on some of them. I'm gonna buy at least 10 of them and sit on them and see where they go. But like I said, sometimes you got to sit on some things. But my wife, she loves these for work. So when she takes coffee to work, so we get her the Starbucks. I try to get her one when I travel. Like I got her the Chicago one. When we went to Miami for our cruise, we picked up the one in Miami. It's got like a pink flamingo. It's pretty cool. But they have these. Some of the cities have these also. So, these cost a little bit more. They're like $22, I think. But, if you've got one and you sit on it, if you buy them now and you sit on them, people break them. I did have to replace my wife's Miami one. She dropped it at school. Where did I go? I went to eBay. I went to eBay, bought another one. So I paid like $40 for it or something. But we had, that was our first cruise together. So I wanted to replace it. So. But like I said, there's money out there everywhere you go. Just be looking for it. We have a place here called Buc-ee's. They're in different places, but Buc-ee's has got some crazy stuff in there, and they have a thing called Beaver Nuggets, which is like almost like a caramel flavored popcorn. That stuff sells great. It sells great. I pick up some. I haven't listed any because I eat it. But I know Victoria bought some and listed some and was selling it because people can't get them. Case, have you ever come across a pink marble Starbucks tumbler, the tall one with a straw? Nice. I'll definitely. I said I'm always, if I find anything Starbucks in the wild and I can pick it up at a cheap price, I pick it up because it's golden. What is going on? Pain to entertain, my man. Yes, Bucky, I'm telling you, them beaver nuggets, woo! The beaver nuggets are addictive. Addictive. I didn't know if we were going to like them, and then we bought a couple bags and we came to visit before we moved back here. I'm glad I don't live close enough to Bucky's to go to one every day. I think the closest one's like 45 minutes from here. So if you've never been to a Bucky's, woo! I'm telling you. It probably is. It was probably some kind of contract thing. They might have gotten their own. They buy a lot of branded stuff. They may be selling the RTIC products, but they're branding them under Bucky's. So Bucky's is, man, if you've never been to a Bucky's, you're in for a treat, and you're in to spend some money. I don't think I've ever gotten out of Bucky's without $60 to $100 minimum. I mean, I get their beef jerky. I get the Bucky, the beaver nuggets. My wife gets some candy. I mean, last time we bought a box of fudge. I mean, hey, Mom, how are you? This is my mom. How are you, Mom? But, yeah, definitely Bucky's is, I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. So if you ever go, you're on the road and you see a place called Bucky's, stop in there. You'll thank me. Yeah, I'm with Joe on the eBay specifics. eBay specifics are nuts. But yeah, Bucky's has, you can buy grills, you can buy, I mean, they've got t-shirts, hats, and stuffed animals, collectibles, anything you can imagine. I mean, you think, if you've ever been to a Cracker Barrel, magnify that by 100 with like the craziness stuff you can find in Bucky's. Now they have a lot of their own branded stuff, their own candy, their own fudge, their own, the one here we have, they got sandwiches and all kinds of stuff, but it's nuts. You definitely can go crazy in there. Yeah, some of the stuff, item specifics to me, some of them they don't make any sense. I get a lot of them. My main thing with specifics hits me up on sport cards. Like if I don't put whether it's graded or non-graded. I'm like, the title says, will tell a person if it's graded or not. But some of those, they got crazy with those item specifics for sure. GK said Goodwill is not what it used to be. Yeah, and they're getting more, like I said, they actually, if you look, they have an online store. So that tells me that they're, instead of taking the donations and putting them on the floor, they've got people in the back room going through them, and anything of value is being sent to be sold online. So are they really a nonprofit, or, you've got CEOs making 6+ figures, and I get it. CEOs, have a lot on their plate, but those guys are getting bonuses and stuff, and you guys are paying, so something's going on there, but Goodwills definitely are not. Oh, wow. 24 hours at a Bucky's. That sounds like a challenge. You could definitely do it. Like, you have everything there. Like, they spent 24 hours inside the Bucky's. I mean, I guess you could do it. You got everything you need there. You definitely could do it. But that could be interesting. I'm gonna check that out. Hey, no worry, brother. No worries. Yeah, you definitely could stay a day, and I could definitely live there. I'd probably spend way too much money though, like, because I'd always be wanting to do something. I bet you could go pull out a chair, sit in one of your chairs. I'm gonna check out that, see how they did it. That might be a challenge right there. I want to see. Maybe we'll do something. We'll go stay in a Walmart for 24 hours. Like Payne said, hello to everybody in the chat. Payne to entertain. But yeah, so hope everybody's week's going good. We're halfway through this live. I'll stay live till about 3 o'clock. So I got another hour. I usually do 2 hours. They have a converted Sprinter van, so they were technically in the van. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying you could eat like crazy. Yeah. That's what I would do. We've got two little ones. I already told the wife, like we're gonna get a travel van. We want to get like a small motorhome. That's what our plan is. And I'm probably once we buy our house, we're gonna get one. I wouldn't mind converting into a travel van. I'm trying to talk to the wife once the kids are gone, like, and she's retired. We're gonna be on the road all the time. But a Bucky's haul, you got it. Payne to entertain. I'm on it. I'm putting it on the list right now. Bucky's haul video. You got it. There it is right there on a sticky. Bucky's haul video. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm going to stick it on my little calendar that's next to me. Where I put all my ideas. The calendar's blank, but I don't have any dates on it because I erased everything. But I put my stickies on there. Yeah. Yes. Like I said, we have our goal. Once we're buying a house in 2 years with some property, expand my businesses, and we're looking to get into the real estate investing market. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I always give people at yard sales my card. What I do when I go to a yard sales, I have a card. On one side, it's got my phone number, my email address. And then it's obviously got my channel logo and stuff, which I have to make new cards because I redid my logo. But on the back of it, I have kind of a generic list of things I'm looking for, video games, collectibles, stuff like that. I have like just a generic list. And then I hand those to everybody at the yard sale. I'm like, hey, if you need to get rid of some stuff or you want to get rid of this stuff after the yard sale, call me. But yes, real estate is where it's at. And so that's the goal I want to switch into. As obviously I'm getting older. I'm about to be 45, which some people are like, no, you're not old, but my body feels old. 20 years in the Marine Corps put a lot of wear and tear on my body. I want to, once we buy our house, and we're going to put a warehouse for me on it. It'll have my office, my YouTube studio, a place for me to put my fish. Nikki T, what is going on? How is everything going on y'all's end? Where's the Rev at? Is the Rev busy? Nikki T is in the house. 6 years older than Payne. So yeah, so I definitely I'm gonna look into getting my real estate license. And then I don't plan on being a realtor, but if I can help somebody buy or sell a house, cool. Make a little money on the side, but I wanted to get into it more just so I get into the nooks and crannies of the market itself, get a little more inside track to houses going on the market, coming to the market, and just be in a spot to work my magic. Like I said, if somebody I know is buying or selling a house, or somebody, I'll have it out there that I have my license. So, let's see. What did Joe say? Let's see. Yeah, low ballers. Yeah, I dealt with a bunch of low ballers, but I hadn't. Like I said, I blocked a couple of them, but some of them I just ignore them. But like I said, I had that one guy. He literally every time I send out an offer on you guys had to send out offers. I'll send out an offer on this particular card, and that he was lowballing me on, and he would send that same lowball offer every single time to me. So he's the only one I really blocked. I heard land is a must. God's not making money any more of it. Tony Soprano, rest in peace. Yes, I said I'm trying to buy about 5 acres, and part of it, like I said, is going to be the business. But at the other part, we're thinking about setting up some like mini cabins, like 4 of them, putting to where they're able to sleep 6, and renting them out as Airbnbs, depending on where we can get the land. And the reason we're looking at that is we were thinking about building a barn. I was talking about it this morning, is building like a barn to do like events in, like do weddings or family reunions or stuff. So I would have the barn that I could rent out for the events, but I also have buildings if they have people coming in out in town that could stay right there. So, it's all about business. It's all about making money. So I'll slowly I'll always be a reseller. I don't do this. I don't do it what they call full-time or part-time. I do it fun time. I do it to have fun. I like making money. I like finding things like, bottles of freaking hemp moisturizer for 50 cents and sell them for $16.99. So that stuff kind of appeals to me. So I'll always do it, but I don't do it like, I go as hard as I need to go. If that makes any sense. I have a military retirement plus disability from the VA. My wife has a great job as a special education teacher, and we've streamlined our finances and our budget to make the goals that we want to have happen. We both have Roth IRAs, so our retirement plan is in place, and we are maxing out our $6,000 each into our retirement each year. So we have that set aside for financially to be where we want to be when we're retired. So, I have a little more flexibility in what I do. I've got the t-shirt business going. I'm getting ready to upgrade all my equipment. So those are going to have costs. So I've been listing a lot of stuff and making money and just stacking it in a bank account as I go. And like I said, I'm getting ready to upgrade now. I've got the channel rocking and rolling again. I'm going to be upgrading. I got to go buy a new camera for both videos and for pictures. So yes, fun time resellers. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's, I could make it a full-time job, but I have so many things that I do. I breed fish. I resell. I do t-shirts, graphic design stuff. I have I'm a big crafter, so I do custom tumblers, coffee mugs. I have my hand in so many cooking jars. I can't be full-time at anything. Plus, when I get, when my ADHD kicks in, I bounce around from different hobbies that I make money on. That's what I like to call them. I take hobbies and make money with them. Yes. How's that restoration come? I need to follow that second channel a bit more. I try to catch people's lives, but I try to catch people when they're going lives and hit everybody. But I just checked. I'm subscribed to over 1,000 channels. So there's I don't have enough time in a day to hit everybody that I want to. But I tell people, do stuff. I do stuff that I enjoy doing, and I'll stop doing it when I stop enjoying them. I like being able to be funny. I had my wife cracking up laughing. If you guys haven't seen my Daily Grind fam, what is good, brother? That's my fellow Uber Eats driver right there. Daily Grind family in the house. Nice. Yeah, that thing's rocking. So that thing is rocking. I got to get more videos posted. That's my problem. That's why I went to do lives, because I got the 1,000 subs. Now I got to get the watch hours to get monetized, and then my monetization is going to be based towards helping others. So that's what I'm really grinding to get. But I'll start doing the videos and stuff. And now, like I said, I'm upgrading my camera. I'm ordering a new heat press, a new sublimation printer. For those that don't know, like I said, I'm a crafter. I do all kinds of stuff. Some people have seen this. They're probably sick of seeing it. But this is a coaster I sublimated. This was from my wedding, me and my wife, after the wedding. So this is on a corked-backed sublimation coaster. So I do stuff like this. Like I said, T-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, tumblers. So I've got 3 vinyl cutters right now. I'm about to add another one. So stuff, I do a little bit of everything. I was doing Uber heavy. And here's another one that I did. This one's wet. Hold on. I have my drink on it. Let me dry it off. This one is just literally, I took a photo. This is one of the first ones I did. Me and my whole family's soccer players. So I took this photo off of Google. I just Googled it and I stuck it on a coaster. So, I mean, that's the quality. I mean, you can do anything, I can put anything on it. If it can be sublimated, I can make it happen. So I'm upgrading the sublimation printer. I have an Epson. It's in my other office. But it wasn't designed. I converted it into a sublimation printer. And the problem with those converted ones are the nozzles clog a lot easier. So if you're not printing something pretty much daily, and that's where I went wrong. I should have had like a sample to print every day, but I wasn't. And so now that I know that, with this next one I will be. Oh shoot, Daily Grind's coming through. Hey, hit me up. I'll email you my phone number so you'll have my phone number. Since I know you're not on Instagram anymore, I'll hit you up via email, and I'll give you my phone number. That way you can hit me up. Yes, soccer. Me and my wife both played soccer. My wife played competitive soccer. She played all the way through college. She was in the Olympic training program up until she tore her ACL at age 14. So she was actually training with Mia Hamm and that group of women's soccer players for the Olympics. But then she got injured in camp. So I ref, coach, and play soccer. I actually tore my ACL after I retired playing soccer, but we have all our kids play soccer. So soccer's our thing. We love our soccer. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm in Arlington, Texas. So I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So you guys ever come through, hit me up. I can show you around. If you're a reseller, I can show you where some spots are. If you guys love food, I can definitely show you where that's at. We got some great barbecue here. And it's different from your, North Carolina, northern barbecue stuff. So, I will say which is better. I have my personal opinion. The best barbecue is the stuff I make. So I'm always going to say that. But each area is different. I tried the Carolina pulled pork for the first time when I moved there, and it was different, but I like it. I'm not real heavy on the vinegar stuff, but it was pretty good. But I love to eat, so food is the thing. So if you're ever coming through the DFW area, I can definitely get a hold of me, and I can point you in the right direction. But where are we at? Hour and 12 minutes in. What time is it? 2. So I got about 45 more minutes, and then I'll get off here before I go pick up the little ones from school. But as you guys see the ticker, this is Lunchtime Live. I just do a hangout, talk about whatever's going on. If you want to be a guest on any of my lives, hit me up. Just let me know. I'll shoot you the StreamYard link and pop you in. You guys can talk about your channel, what you got going on. If you ever got an event going on that you guys want to get out to other places, let me know. Hit me up with the info, and I'll blast it on all my social media, Facebook groups, all kinds of stuff. So I'll do my best to push out anything other people got going on, because like I said, that's what it's all about, is helping each other do what we got to do, and meet new people. So I'm meeting new people daily. I met some people through Daily Grind Families live the other day. I've got Nana NASCAR. She's awesome. She's here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's running all my videos behind the scenes, getting me some watch hours. So I appreciate you, Nana, if you're watching. I know she's at an event, I think, in Atlanta. I think she went to Atlanta or somewhere. So I know they were on the road the other day, but I appreciate y'all. Just checking email, make sure I don't have any crazy emails that come through. But hope everybody's doing well. Anybody that's currently here got any big plans for the weekend? If you guys were here earlier, I'm pretty much doing stuff around the house. I've got some yard work I got to do. I've got to work out back. We're putting I'm building a way to we're not screening in our patio, but we're putting a cover, like a shade cover over our patio, because this Texas heat is brutal in the summer. So we're putting an area so we can go outside and kind of enjoy it still while we're barbecuing. And so I'm going to be putting in some concrete posts, or concrete in a bucket, and making like little posts, put my posts in, so that we can put the something that's just temporary that we can take down when we move in 2 years, and take with us wherever we're going. But I'm going to have a couple ponds out there. I got one pond out there now set up and running. I haven't put any fish in it yet, but I'm about to move some guppies. I got a big explosion of guppies the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to be putting a bunch of guppies out back in the pond, and I'm adding 2 more ponds. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff I'm grinding. Like I said, I'm getting a new camera coming in, so that's going to upgrade the quality of video. I have my GoPro and I have my phone, but I wanted something a little more sturdy for both, like I said, picture taking plus videos. So I'm ordering the Canon M50 and along with a Rode mic for it. So going to be able to do a lot of stuff. Like I said, we're doing some stuff out back. If you're a DIY person, I'll be doing a lot of DIY. I've had a few requests for DIY. I like to DIY everything, even if it costs me more money. I like knowing that it's built right, it's done right. I build all my fish tank stands. I build things out of PVC. I do, you know, if I can build it, I'd rather build it and just have fun with it. I will buy certain things, but I'm making my own desk via things at IKEA for my craft room. My old office is going to become my craft room. So once my father-in-law's memorial is done, because that room is where we're leaving that room open right now because we've got a lot of family coming in, and then I'm going to go in after that and go in and start putting in a bunch of countertops and making like little desks and all the way around that. And I'm actually going to put the screen that I've got in front of me right now in there and put another computer in there so I can go live while I'm in there making t-shirts, crafts, stuff like that. So I'll be kicking out a bunch more craft tutorials, sublimation, t-shirts. The first video probably is going to come. I have that box. Well, there's a box at the foot of my bed that's got the t-shirts for the memorial that I'm doing. And bro, I'm not sure if you knew this, but there's some concrete you don't need to mix. Just dump powder, add water, and leave it alone. No, I didn't know that. And I was gonna just get the Quickcrete in a bag, but yeah, you still got to mix that. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Good looking out. Like I said, it's not gonna be nothing crazy. I'm literally just putting a 4x4 post in either a bucket or a decorative flower pot or something. I'm looking for a cheap whiskey barrel, but I'm putting 8 of them up total, one on each corner and then one in the middle of each of those to give it a little extra stability in case it gets windy here. But yeah, it's just going to be something simple, something that we can take down when we move. I could, I could go rent a freaking a drill to drill into the concrete, but I don't want to have to take that all up when I leave. So we're just going to, spend a little bit more time and money and do it this way. But it won't be too much. Like I said, the buckets, I probably have enough 5-gallon buckets. I thought about just building the 5-gallon buckets and then building like a wooden thing to go over just to kind of hide the bucket. But we don't really care what it looks like. But just to give us a little shade out back and a place while I'm barbecuing that we have to sit outside and chill out. But especially, like I said, we got a lot of family coming in. They're going to be pretty much here from the Tuesday prior to Memorial Day all the way through the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So I'm trying to get that all set up before they get here so that, not everybody's stuck in the house if they don't want to be. Because we have a pretty good size house, but it's pretty good size when there's only 4 of us living in it. We've got probably 20 people coming, at least 20 coming. So it's going to, and there's a lot of them are staying at hotels, but they're going to be in and out of here. And I want to set up the grill and everything. I'm going to buy a new grill, put my smoker out back. So it'll be fun. Yeah, a lot of things coming this month. It's just going to be hectic, but I'll probably do a video when I get the, it's Quickcrete red bag. Okay, good deal. I seen it on YouTube and did a 4x4 fence post, and it's sweet. Like I said, I'm all about that, probably pay a little bit more for it, but like I said, it doesn't have to be, I'm just putting it in a bucket. So it's not like I'm, trying to make it go underground and dig all this craziness up. So I'm down. I'll definitely look it up. I'll write it down. I'm gonna write that down now. Quickcrete red bag. So, because I'm going to get that stuff tomorrow. Because I'm gonna take the kids out. I already got my mother. Hey, for you guys out there, remember Mother's Day is Sunday. So Mother's Day is Sunday. So don't forget your moms, your wives, your girlfriends, baby mamas, whatever you got. I went today and spent like $300 at Michael Kors. So I did my part. I had to make up for Valentine's Day because we had that freak snowstorm over Valentine's Day, and I was supposed to go that Friday or the day before Valentine's Day because I'm a procrastinator when it comes to stuff like that. I like to wait till the last minute. That's just how I work. But Jen said, "Don't forget them Sanchez." I'm gonna have to look up what is Sanchez. What am I missing? I'm gonna look it up. What does that mean? I can speak Spanish, but I can only cuss you out. And Sanchez meaning Spanish Let's see. Second. Oh, Sanchez. Oh, I don't have a Sanchez. So if you've got a Sanchez, you know it. You know what it is. That's your number two, your second lady, not your wife or your girlfriend. That's the urban of a Sancha. So there's your lesson for today. If you got a Sancha, don't forget your Sanchez. I only learned my stepdad taught me all the cuss words in Spanish, but that was about it. Yeah, too funny. Don't forget your Sanchez. That's awesome. Too funny. Chen's Cloud. Yeah, I got you a wrench. Backroad Bitter. What is good? So you do gifts for your wives and girlfriends on Mother's Day? I usually only get things for my mom. Well, I do because my wife takes care of our kids. So, yes, I have my kids get them stuff, but I include my wife on Mother's Day. That's just how I am. Nothing wrong with if you don't. Backroad Bitter, let me give you a wrench. And Daily Grind family, since I got you here, let me give you a wrench. But Nikki T, let me give you a wrench. I'm bad about if you guys if I know who you are, like I said, I had a lot of spammers, so some people don't have wrenches only because I didn't realize they were here, but yeah, Daily. Oh, I don't even know if my wife likes our kids. That's awesome. That's awesome. My kids owe my wife a lot because she controls me. My wife won't let me click off safe half the time. Like, I'm the guy that, 20 years in the Marine Corps, I don't put up with a whole lot. Like, I don't tolerate a lot of stuff. I have short temper, short patience. And my wife saves my kids' butt more than anything. But then again, when they push a button so far, she'll let me go, and she'll let them know. She lets them know. Gosh, awesome. Yes. I don't like my kids sometimes, and they know it. I'll let them know. Like my daughter the other day, it was funny, I give her a crap. We got a great relationship. My 11-year-old, she's my stepdaughter, but she's mine. I've been raising her since she was 5. So the other day, she's real skinny, and so I'm always telling her she's got to eat. She's got to eat more. She's got to eat more. Well, she filled up on pasta and didn't eat all of her pork chops. She had like 2 pieces left. So I kept going on. I said, "Look," I said, "You're going to eat those last 2 pieces." She's like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "I'm done." I said, "No, you're not. We're going to sit right here. I ain't got nothing but time." I said, "I got no live streams tonight. I got no, nothing." I said, "I got nothing but time. We're going to sit right here." And so she goes, "I'm not eating it." So she laid down. We have our table, we have like 4 chairs, and we have a bench in the back, and the kids usually sit on the bench in the back. And so she laid down. I said, "Hey, good." So I told my wife, I said, "Give me my tablet." My daughter's like, "Why do you need your tablet?" I said, "I'm about to go live." I said, "I'm going to have live while you sit here and let my viewers watch you not eat your food." And so I put it on private. She doesn't know about the whole private thing. So I went live, listed it as private, and I recorded her for like 10 minutes. And we just sat there, and I'd zoom in on her food, and I still have it. I don't think I deleted it yet. I might list it. It was kind of funny. But so we sat there about 10 minutes. Well, finally, she got up from the table and left, and she laughed. I said, "Okay." I said, "You're going to eat it. Trust me." So I bagged it up. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I make her lunches. So I threw it in her lunch on the bottom of her lunch bag the next morning. So, and I always put my kids, I always write little notes to them on their Ziploc baggies. Like I put their name, or I put "Love you, Dad," whatever, little inspiration. I always put something on their bag. So on the one with the pork chops, I put "Eat your damn pork chops." And I put it in there. I knew she wasn't going to eat it, but I still let her know that I didn't forget. But yes, it's good to know your wife knows when to pull your leash and when to release it. Oh yeah. But she only releases me when it benefits her. She doesn't let me like be the butthole, or I can't say the word, because I don't want to demonetize my video that's not monetized yet. But she won't let me just be. I have fun with them. They know it. Like I do some of it. I do out of just to play with them, to mess with them. But I always tell them, I let them know they're never going to get ahead of me. I'm always going to be one step ahead. I'm always going to be tougher than them. I don't care how old I am. I said, when I die, then you guys can win. Because my wife's always telling me, you got to let them win every now and then. Nope. I don't let them win. We go to the arcade. I don't let them win. If we play cards, my daughter does cheat. She will cheat at Uno like a champ. She cheats at, a lot of board games and stuff. And my wife used to let her, but I won't do it. She's like, you got to let them win every now and then. I'm like, nope. They're not doing it. Not me. I said, you can let them win. I'm not. I said, I will not let them win until I die. Then they'll win. I said, and even then, they're going to have to carry me. So I'm still winning. But, we have a good time. They want to get on a YouTube video bad. So once I get my craft room set up, my daughter and my son both are really creative. So I'm going to have them. My daughter's wanted me to let her design a t-shirt for me to sell. So you guys might see a crazy looking t-shirt come out soon. And once I get my website up, and we start getting the t-shirts rolling, you might see one. I'm going to let her design some. So, but yeah, we have fun. She wants nothing to do with my businesses except when it benefits her. Like she wants me to help her make a business, but like my son will help me with my fish and he'll help me with everything. But like, she doesn't understand eBay, but she wants to sell things. I'm like, well, you need to pay attention. So I try to include them when I do things, but they get bored real quick. So like my son, when I bought these, he's like, Dad, why are you buying all these? And so I explained to him, I'm going to sell them to make money. He's like, well, you just paid for them. How are you making money? So he didn't understand. I paid 50 cents and I'm selling these things for $17 a bottle. He does, so I made him do a math. I made him do the math and see how much money I'm going to make if we sold them all at the price I listed them at. And so he gets it now, but I'm trying to get them into a rhythm. I might even start them their own little eBay store. So they love going to yard sales with me, but we compete because they want to buy stuff to keep and I'm trying to buy stuff to resell. So taking your kids sometimes isn't the best idea, reselling if they want to buy stuff to keep. But same thing with my fish or with pets. I love to breed. Like if I have pets, like I breed fish, obviously. So I breed them to sell. Like when we were in North Carolina, we had chickens and we had rabbits. So my daughter loved the fact, she thought it was hilarious. I showed her how I mate the bunny, how quickly bunnies can mate. I mean, so she imitates it now, even to this day, how fast bunnies can mate. And so, but then when the bunnies were born, she didn't want to let me sell them. She wanted to keep them all. And I'm like, no. I said, we're not naming them. I said, we can name the mom and the dad, but we're not naming any of the babies. Yes, teach money. Yeah, I try to teach them how to make money because, like I said, I used to sell candy in school when I was in like 7th and 8th grade. So I've been, if you want to call it hustling, but I did sport cards too. I used to buy sport cards and then at a young age and go resell them at card shows and resell them back to make money for other things. So I try to teach them now how to make money because I told them, my daughter's like, I want to go to college. And I said, college, that's fine. I said, but go to college for something that requires a degree. Don't go to college just to do college. You can make it in other ways. You don't have to go to college unless it requires a degree. Obviously, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, there are certain things that you have to have a degree in. But if you're not in, and it's like I said, she takes my iPad now. I have an app called Procreate that I do graphic design stuff on my tablet. And so I taught her some things with it, but I just let her, she takes it like every day. So my son has to do push-ups for every YouTube video he wants to watch. He's 6'2" and 14. And there you go. I need to do that. My son, we had to take my son. They have computers, obviously, because of COVID. Everything's done on computers now. And so we pulled my son's history file up on his computer and noticed that he's been on YouTube instead of doing schoolwork while he was in school. So we've been in a couple meetings this last week. Fake cards in middle school. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. So we've had to remove his computer because he was on YouTube instead of doing, and his teachers weren't making sure that they were telling us he wasn't doing his work. But yes, Paul, what's going on, brother? I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, man. Trying to get there. I'm trying. I agree with you 100% about college. So many kids waste time and money because they think they have to go to college. And honestly, that's what exactly. They end up with, bills that they didn't need if they don't have a full ride, and then they figure it out, or they build up all this debt with stuff. And then, I tell you what, I went to college for graphic design because I was like, okay, cool. The military was paying for it. I used my GI Bill, but I started going for business. When I retired from the Marine Corps, I had done some college while I was active duty, but I didn't get a degree. So I literally went back to college, but I had done enough while I was active duty to actually rate a associate's degree in general education. So when I retired from the Marine Corps and I went to go to college for business to get my bachelor's in business, they were like, hey, you have enough credits to get an associate's degree in general education. Would you like that? Sure. Well, I realized going to these business classes, that unless I was going to be a CEO of a company, I didn't need a degree in business because I already had 3 or 4 businesses I was making money with. So if that wasn't going to be, if corporate route or something like that wasn't going to be a thing, I didn't need to know all the laws necessarily unless it pertained to my business. So I switched back over to graphic design, which I had started while I was active duty with the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. But then I started realizing that even then I was learning more watching YouTube tutorials on the graphic design software, because I use for colleges they use Adobe Creative Suites, which I pay for a monthly subscription for. But I was learning more watching YouTube videos on how to use the software to do what I wanted to do for the projects I was getting in college, that they weren't really. So when my GI Bill ran out, because I switched degree programs, I ran out of money. So I just stopped going to college at that point. So if I wanted to go back and get my bachelor's degree, which I may do in the future down the road, but I need like 6 or 7 more classes to finish it. But because I ran out of money, I was like, there's no reason. Yeah, Paul, you ain't doing too bad. Paul's got a freaking, yes, knowledge and ability to hustle. That's where it's at. So I said, I told my kids, go to college if you have to, but don't go to college because you just think you need to. Like my daughter's, she's working at a vet clinic, and she's as a vet tech. So she's going to school for it now. But I told her, I was like, unless there's an advancement on the vet tech side, why don't you just go to, get a degree as like an x-ray tech, somewhere where you can work in a bigger hospital. So that's exactly what she's doing while she's working as a vet tech and training, getting on the job training. I was like, what is having that college degree going to do for you as a vet tech? I don't think she couldn't answer that. I said, if you can't answer that, you probably don't need that degree. But, they still, so, kids, they still got to, I tell my kids, I can only show you and give you advice. What you do with it is up to you. She said, agree, Jen Joe. I'm being sincere, Paul. There's a lot of young people in our community that prove college isn't for everyone. Yes. I mean, it's not. Like I said, back in the day, they pushed it so hard. Like, there's so many people in debt with just, even in the military, my Marine Corps officers, case in point, one of my lieutenants, I was a motor T guy. So our operations OIC, is usually a young officer, a lieutenant or a captain. We all went to his house for a barbecue one weekend, and he drives a BMW, but the guy he was living in a small, it was like a trailer, but he was living on the floor in his military issued sleeping bag and stuff, had no furniture in there because all his money was going to repay his student loans from college. I was like, sir. So we all pitched in and bought him furniture, like, because we all kind of felt bad for him. But at the same time, I was like, that's just yeah, he's making a little bit more money as an officer in the military, and he's got a college degree, but he's paying back all those student loans now, and he's like living, like I'm gonna say like a bum almost in his house because he can't afford to do anything else. So we all pitched in and bought him some furniture and stuff to keep him from having to sleep on the floor. But Paul said, thank you. But, I said, and I'm not knocking people that go to college. No problem with it. Go. My wife is going back to get her master's because where she's wanted advanced, she's a special education teacher. She has been teaching special education for 21 years. She has a degree in special education, and she's ready to finally come out of the classroom and go on to the administration side. I can't agree with you more, Chuck. I made a big fuss at one of our PTA meetings or whatever it was, when we were in North Carolina, because they were, they had these kids had to pick what they want to do in college, and they would give them classes based on that, but they weren't offering a lot of trade stuff. And I'm like, why should a kid have to pick right now what they wanted to go? And you're gonna gear their high school classes towards that when they're not even of age to decide what they want to do for after they turn 18. But we got away from those trade classes and stuff like that. I took architecture in high school. I wanted to be an architect at one point, and so I took an architecture class. That stuff's not being offered a lot. There are still like some computer graphic stuff, but a lot of the trade stuff they've taken out. And I don't know why. Now, like my buddy, he retired from the Marine Corps last year. He moved back to Texas. He's here in Texas with me now. He's in Burleson, and he got a job. He got hired. He's a certified welder, certified ASE certified mechanic. So he got a job with no degree in teaching at all to teach automotive and welding at the high school. So at least here in Burleson, where he's at, they have trade schools still in the high school. So that's what he does. He teaches automotive shop and basic welding at the high school level. So I really wish they would give these kids, like, if they would teach them a trade or teach them some, like, let's put some HVAC classes or something to give them more opportunity to see different things. A buddy of mine's son just graduated high school, and he wants to be a lineman, like working on, electric lineman. So he just went and got his CDL, his Class A CDL, and now he's going to school, to become a lineman. He'll have a job. Like I said, I tell my kids, the ones that don't have any college experience, to go try different jobs to get to build their resume, because the more experience you have, the more valuable you might be to somebody. My son that just graduated, they're about to be 19 on the 15th of May. He's one of my twins. I have a set of boy-girl twins. They're in Wisconsin. He moved to Green Bay with his girlfriend. She's going to college, so he went to work in a. First, he started off at a cheese factory, and he wasn't really learning much. They just had him cleaning like the machinery, but they weren't teaching him anything. So he found another job at a warehouse that got him a forklift certification, and then he ended up, because he did so well, they put him as a lead supervisor on a different shift, running a forklift. So I tell him, get all the experience you can. Okay, yeah, I don't push them. I recommend it to all of them, and here's how I did it. Is I told them, look, if you want an easy way to pay for college, go do 4 years in the military. Right now, the GI Bill that is in place, the post 9/11 GI Bill that's in place, you will get paid to go to college after you get out. You can start college while you're in. We have tuition assistance that pays $4,500 a year for classes while you're active duty. But when you get out after you're 4, as long as you get out honorably, the post 9/11 GI Bill, you get paid. All your college is paid for, plus you get paid the basic housing allowance for the area of the college that you're going into. So like for me, when I retired from the Marine Corps, I went to college in Jacksonville, North Carolina at Mount Olive, the local branch at Mount Olive in Jacksonville. All my college was being paid for, and I was getting a check every month for $1,025 because that's what an E5, which is a sergeant in the Marine Corps, an E5, you get the BAH based on where the college you're attending. Now, you can get BAH if you're taking online classes, but it's at a reduced rate. They take an average. And so like when I switched to online, I was getting like $745 a month. But so that's the only thing I did with college as far as my kids. I had one take the ASVAB. She wanted to go into the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is such a small branch. They don't have to waive anything. She missed their minimum cutoff score by 1 point, and they wouldn't waive it. And she got discouraged, and she's now the one that's a vet tech. But I have another one that was an athlete. She was a soccer player in a band. I told her you can easily go into the military and choose a job you want. But, you know, I don't push it on them. I give them the advice, and my youngest son that's 8, he'll probably be the only one that might go. But my dad retired from the Marine Corps, and I followed literally step by step. I went into the same MOS, the same MOS and job that he did. We were both motor T operators. So he retired in 95. I came in 94. So we had an overlap of about 6 months. So I came in July 94, then he retired April of 95. But I recommend it to him, and I recommend to any kid I talk to as an option because, like I said, you do 4 years, you get a roof over your head, you get your meals paid for, you get to, you know, possibly tour. I went to Cuba. I got paid to go to Cuba and to Japan and Iraq twice. So I got vacations. You know, the way I looked at it, I was on paid vacation. Yes, I had to work, but I still had time off. And while I was in Japan, I loved Japan. Cuba, I couldn't go anywhere outside of Cuba, but we had some of the best diving that you can imagine out there. We go diving for spiny lobster. Now we had black coral that we weren't supposed to take. People did it all the time, but I was in Cuba for 2 years. That was my very first duty station. So I got to meet Princess Diana when she came out there. She came out there to do a tour because we had live minefields out there. So she came out there. So I got to meet her while I was out there. I got to drive our Commandant of the Marine Corps came out there, General Krulak. He came out when Princess Diana came out. And so I got to drive them around in Cuba. So that was pretty cool. But I recommend it to anybody. If they don't know what they want to do, it's not a bad way to get a decent paycheck. Some people, I did it right out of high school. I graduated in May and I was in boot camp in July. But I didn't want to go to college. I knew I wasn't ready for college. And so I was going the military route from the get-go. But when I substituted for a while when I was in North Carolina, my wife used to have me fill in for her. When my wife wanted a day off, I would go sub for her. But I told those kids that's what I would do. I tell them, like, if you don't know what you want to do, the military is not a bad option. Especially if you don't know exactly, like I said, if you don't want to be stuck doing, working fast food or whatnot. But, it's not a bad gig. It's not meant for everybody. Not everybody's meant to do 20. Not everybody's meant to do it at all. But it's an option, and it's a good option. Pick a branch. I tell them if you want, and each branch has its benefit, it has its pros and cons, just like any other job. And we all work together. When I was in Iraq, we talk smack about each other, but when it comes time to get down to it, we're all working for the same common goal and the same flag. So, I worked hand in hand with the Army. I had an Army motor transport guy right on the other side of me, and we worked hand in hand. The Army is way bigger than the Marine Corps. And so they had a lot more assets to move gear than we did. So they moved a lot of my stuff because, we do what the Army does with less. We like to tell everybody that because we're a smaller branch. We're not meant to do sustainment. The Marine Corps was designed to get in, kick butt, take names, and get out. Like, and then the Army would come in and kind of keep things, you know, they're there for they were at the time meant for long term. Us going into Iraq, we did things that hadn't been seen, that the Marine Corps hadn't done ever. From the time when my dad was in Desert Storm. So my dad was in Desert Storm in 91, 92. So he was there for the initial. And I always give him crap because I was like, we had to go back and finish up what y'all couldn't finish in the 90s. But, you know, I went to Iraq in 04 and 06. But I recommend it to anybody, you know. And like I said, it's not meant for everybody. Some people get forced to go to the military or jail. So, you know, those guys aren't, you know, that, you know, and like I said, they all have their pros and cons. They all have every job you can imagine. We have band people. We have, like the Marine Corps, we don't have medics, but the Navy does, the Army does, the Air Force does. The Coast Guard has their things. You know, my son wants to be SWAT. My 8-year-old wants to go SWAT. But I told him, I said, you know, if you decide differently, change it. You know, the Coast Guard, you know, is kind of similar. You know, we all have our place, and we all have our things. You know, do 4 years and get your college paid for and get paid to go to college. You can't beat that. You know, you get paid $1,000 a month to go to college. If you're in California, you're going to make more. So the basic allowance for housing is based on where you're at. So higher cost of livings have a higher rate, but you're also, you know, paying more. But, you know, I would recommend it to anybody. So if y'all have kids, y'all need me to talk, I'll make a video on it, you know. But like I said, take them down and talk to the recruiter, you know. Take them down and let the recruiter do their thing. Take them to all the recruiters. You know, everybody's like, you would let your kids go to somewhere beside the Marine Corps? Of course. Like, it's not like, you know, I'm not solid. They got to go to the Marine Corps, you know. Some of my kids ain't tough enough. Like the Marine Corps boot camp would do them in, but they're used to me yelling at them. So I tell them they're already ready. They just don't know it. But definitely, yeah. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'd recommend it. Especially, like I said, if they don't have a thing they want to do particular, they could go learn something. They could pick a job. It's all based. I tell them, if you've got kids in high school, tell them that a lot of the schools, the recruiters will bring it's called the ASVAB, AVASAB. That's the test that all military branches, we all take the same ASVAB score. So if they get offered to take it in high school, tell them to take it, because if they take it when they've retained, a lot of it is there's different categories. So you take math, reading, English, but there's also like mechanical. So they have like pictures of different gears. And so it'll be a picture and you have to decide what the next gear is going to do. So that there's different tests for you to take. So, you know, take it while that stuff's fresh in their memory, especially the math, the English, stuff like that. But it's a big cumulative test. And that test is good for every branch. Now, every branch has different, each job in each branch has a different score that they have to have. So they can always retake it. So if they're set on a particular job and they don't get the score the first time, they can retake it. So there's not, you know, like I say, take it while they're in high school, and then they can always go back and they have options, you know. But, you know, I wish one of my daughters did take it in high school. The other one didn't. So when she took it, that's the one that didn't. She missed it by one school, but she could have went into another branch. You know, the Coast Guard, like I said, the Coast Guard is so small, they don't have to waive a lot of stuff. They can pick and choose who they bring into the Coast Guard. She had scores. She could have went into every other branch, but she was set on going into the Coast Guard, and then that didn't happen. And so she kind of got disappointed, but you know, I recommend all the kids take the ASVAB while you're in high school. You at least already have it on paper, and it's good for every branch of service. You only got to take it once, and then, you know, go talk to all the recruiters and say, hey, what's up? What you got for me? And certain times of the year, and depending on what the needs of that branch of service, they offer bonuses. Some kids I was an instructor for 3 years at the schoolhouse in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. When I went to Motor T school, it was at Camp Johnson in North Carolina. In 1996, we moved the school. My school moved to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. The Marine Corps moved 4 schools over there, Motor T, heavy equipment, the field MPs, and NBC, our chemical biological guys. They moved those schools to Fort Leonard Wood because Fort Leonard Wood was on the chopping block to get closed. So in 96, we moved those schools there. So I went back as an instructor, which I loved because I love teaching and passing on knowledge. And so at the time, I had 15 years in the Marine Corps, 2 combat tours in Iraq. I had 2 years overseas in Cuba and 3 years overseas in Japan. So I had a lot of knowledge that I could pass on to the younger generation coming in. And so I had kids coming in that had gotten bonuses because we were short. The numbers were short for our MOS. So they were giving people bonuses to come in and take those particular. So have them check and say, hey, what you got that's got a bonus? You got anything that, some kids are getting $20,000, $30,000 to go to a certain MOS, which MOS is a military occupational specialty. So, but still, Joey's still having a debate over work ethics. Hey, I would being that's your girlfriend, I'd just let it roll, dude. You at least know where she's coming from, where her head's at. But, yeah. But like I said, have your kids, if they're interested or they even think they might be interested, take that ASVAB while they're in high school. And if they need somebody to talk to, send them my way. If I'll give you my phone number if you want to talk one-on-one. I'll live chat with them, whatever. If you got somebody that's that's thinking about it, I'll give them the pros and cons. And I can give them a little bit about each branch, but there's no, each branch has got pros and cons. There's, you've got bad people you work with. I don't say it's not the branch itself, it's the people that are in the branch. So, I had people I worked with over 20 years in the Marine Corps that just, they made or break that duty station. I used to tell my Marines, don't take one duty station as the whole Marine Corps, and don't take the people you're working with as the, that's what the Marine Corps is all about, because you had, one person that just didn't get it or was just more of a pain in the butt than the others. The good thing about the military, if you stay in long enough, either they're going to leave or you're going to leave within 3 to 4 years usually. Usually a typical duty station is 3 to 4 years. So if you stay in long enough, they're going to go, they're going to go or you're going to go. So you're not going to be stuck your whole career with them. I could count probably on my hands the amount of people I worked with more than once at a duty station, because we go different places, especially if you're in the Army, Air Force, Navy. They have way more bases than we do in the Marine Corps. We have Marines active duty wise. We're pretty much on the coastlines, California, Virginia. We have schools in Missouri and other states, but as far as active duty stations, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, and we've got schools in Florida and stuff like that. But we're limited as far as the Army. They're going to Germany. They're going to all kinds of cool places. And that's what I envied about them, is they had some cool duty stations to go to. I didn't know that I could get stationed in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, until I got orders. I hadn't seen Full Metal Jacket. hadn't even watched Full Metal Jacket. So I didn't know we could go to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba until I got orders. So, I'm the type of boss, if you call in sick or I got wind or perhaps from Facebook. Yeah, exactly. If it's an employee, yeah. But that's your girlfriend, so just let her do what she wants to do. If she gets fired, she gets fired. I wouldn't get stressed over it. She may not, just tell her she's not getting nothing for Mother's Day. But, like I said, I'll never push any of my kids to do anything. I just support them. I'll give them my opinion. I'm very opinionated. I'll give them my opinion, and I tell them I can give them all the knowledge they want, but they have to still take it and run with it. I can give them advice. I try to give all of them financial advice. I try to give them all relationship advice to a point where I just tell them they got to do, certain things have got to be for them. If they're given, 100% and the other person's given 50, then, but we got to let them learn. I had to learn the hard way. So, welcome back, Crystal. What you cooking? What we making? Today's Friday, so I don't have to cook. Friday, we do pizza. So we're going to order pizza tonight. So Friday we do Taco Tuesday. We do tacos, and then we do Fridays we do pizza. And then, but I think I'm gonna go get a new grill this weekend. So I think I'm gonna grill some stuff up this weekend. Get it nice and seasoned and broke in before the family gets here, because I know they're gonna want me to cook. So I might smoke something this week. I might go buy me some stuff to throw in the smoker. I haven't smoked anything since we've been here, so my smoker's probably itching. Fish and chips. Oh, nice. What kind of fish? Anything like whiting fish, or I like me some tilapia. I have a freezer full of tilapia, and I cook it different ways. Chitlins, some chitlins. I don't know. Maybe I'll go see if I can find some prime rib or something. It's hard to find prime rib off season. Tilapia, yes, love tilapia, love it. I did. Me and my wife, I air fried some for the first time a few weeks ago. I literally just sprayed it with some canola oil, and then lightly breaded it and threw it in the air fryer. Oh my Lord, woo! It was great. It was phenomenal. But I'm actually going to be growing. It's illegal for us to have live tilapia here in Texas. There's only one kind, because there's different kinds of tilapia. There's one kind we can have, and I need to find out which one that is, because I want to breed. I want to grow some. I want to grow my own, and plus I'm going to use it for an aquaponics system once we build our house, but to grow some peppers and stuff. But because eventually, once we have the farm, I want to open up like a mini farmer's market on the land. So I plan on using this new property to make as much money as I can off the property. So I'm gonna be coming up with creative ways to make money off the land. We're putting in solar. We're doing everything we can. Like, I'm not going fully off the grid, but I'm gonna be close to it. But tilapia is one thing. Like I said, I had to look up Texas laws. Tilapia is illegal because it's an invasive species in certain areas. But there's one type of tilapia we can have, and I think I can get it. If I get it from a licensed breeder or whatever, I can have it myself. But I want to put some in a pond, in an above ground pond, and then grow my own and use that water for an aquaponics system. But I tell you what, if you guys are garden people, 2 animals to get for awesome fertilizer: rabbits. 3 rabbits, chickens, and fish. If I was growing, we're going to start some, I think I'm going to do some 5-gallon bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket garden. And when I do water changes in my fish tanks, I'll take all that and I'll put it out in the garden. It's awesome. It is awesome fertilizer. Chicken and rabbit you can use instantly. You don't have to let it. It's not like cow manure where you got to like put it in a compost pile, let it break down. You can use this stuff instantly. So little rabbit pellets, you can use that stuff instantly. Fish, you can use that stuff instantly. And chicken poop, they're great fertilizers. So if you didn't know, you know. Like I said, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. So I try to get a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of everything. But I'll never claim to be an expert in any one given field except for making money. I'm an expert at making money because I can make money when I need to, legally. So if they ever legalize weed in Texas, I'll be growing that too. Trust me. I will be the first one. My new FICO credit report is updated. Oh, today's the 7th. Yeah. Mine updates on the 8th. Curious because we've been repairing our credit, so I'm curious where I'm trying to get my mortgage scores. Everything's going up, but my mortgage score hasn't. I'm like 3 points away from the magic number for conventional mortgages is 620, and my middle score is like 617 right now. So still grinding, but like I said, we have everything we could do on our end pretty much in place, locked on, ready to go. But it's just a matter of time. Some things will fall off that we've already taken care of. But all right, guys, it is 3:00. Coming up right on the 2-hour mark. I try to keep these about 2 hours. As you guys see the ticker, this is the Lunchtime Live with Jarhead. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 3 o'clock, so about 2 hours. And then I'm also live on Saturdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday night is the Saturday Night Live with Jarhead. It's kind of like these shows. It's an anything goes. If you ever want to be a guest on any of my shows, just hit me up on Instagram or via email. Let me know. Or if you're on my Facebook, hit me up. Let me know, and I'll slot you in. I don't have anybody scheduled right now at all, so it's all wide open. Like I said most of those shows are 2 hours. On Sundays is lottery tickets. I scratch lottery tickets live, and I will be doing lottery tickets. Will stay on my channel until I get this channel monetized, and then I'm going to move those over to another separate channel by themselves, just so that I can focus this channel on the entrepreneur side and not my gambling habits. But I appreciate you guys, everybody that stopped in for no matter how long you stopped in. If you stopped in and said hi, or if you're watching this later on, I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, my name is TJ, the Jarhead Entrepreneur. And as always, stay humble, stay hungry, stay focused. Until next time, peace.